Alright, what's up guys? So, kind of a quicker video today. This is gonna be kind of, and like, I'm gonna, like, lightly brush over the, most recent patch, plus then primarily talk about Arena. So, in the recent patch, they had a lot of bug fixes, a lot of issue fixes. We don't have any balance, which is really weird, because a week ago, they said this was when they would do balance. They said, we didn't do balance this week, but now we're gonna be doing balance, this patch, or this week, plus Arena. But maybe they meant they were just doing Arena and they were going to work on balance like going forward after this. But anyways, so the only really things that mattered in the patch that I can think of off the top of my head, because I'm not really looking at it right now, you had two things. Well, technically three. You had two things. One of them being Ruin's performance issues increased. No, sorry. Ruin's performance increased. So decrease in the FPS issues that people had, primarily me, because I literally played on Ruins at like 30 FPS. It seems a lot better. My FPS still aren't like as nearly as good as on the other maps, but it's definitely not that bad. Um, Other than that, we had some Warlock bug fixes, and what that did was kind of fixed issues that have been going on with Warlock. So if you don't know, what had been happening with Warlock, there were a couple bugs. Well, I don't even know if they were bugs, rather just unintended mechanics. One of them was that if there were two Warlocks, one of them had Torture Mastery on and the other one didn't, and you guys could curse two at the same target. Like Curse of Pain could be on the same target twice. And the reason for that was the one with Torture Mastery was identified as a different Curse of Pain as the one without it. So you could be afflicted by two different Torture Masteries at the same time. Or, not, sorry, not Torture Mastery. Curse of Pain. You could be afflicted by two different Curse of Pains at the same time through Curse Mastery. And then if you guys didn't have Curse Mastery on, if one of you didn't have Curse Mastery on, what would happen is if one of you, like if Warlock A cursed a person, it would do their damage, it'd do like direct damage and then it would dot them. If Warlock B cursed that person, it would do their direct damage and then dot them. And now, because Warlock B has cursed the person, it counts as their curse on them. So then Warlock A can go back and curse them again and do their direct damage again. And you could just ping pong like this back and forth, and you could just, pretty much zap people over and over and over with two Warlocks. And that's one of the reasons it was so good. And they just fixed both of those. You can't do that anymore. And that is two of like the biggest things in the patch in terms of balance, really. Other than that, they didn't do a lot of different things. They didn't really do like a lot of balance changes, you could say, or anything like that. There were like some random stuff that was fixed, like issues, but none of it super matters. Um, so yeah, that's all cool, I guess. And also they said they fixed the Dungeon Express. I haven't tried it myself yet, but apparently it's been fixed. Um, so hopefully that's the case. Now, outside of that, new things we have the religion system, we have the cat people skins, we have arena. Those are the three biggest things. So to start off with the cat people skins, there is one that's a Twitch drop, and this is something that a lot of people are upset over. So there's two of them. There is the one that's a Twitch drop, and there's one you can buy with red shards. Problem is, they don't have the same stats. The Twitch drop one is 2 dex, -1 strength, -1 vig. The one that you buy with red shards is 2 agi, -1 dex, 2 agi, -1 strength, -1 vig. And this is only purchasable through red shards, so a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, oh, it's pay to win. Because there's no other skin in the game that offers these stats. And 2 agi for -1 strength, -1 vig is the best caster skin, just kind of guaranteed, because it gives you the most move speed for like the points you lose. Like, yeah, the elf is 1 agi, -1 strength, and that's pretty good, but it's still less move speed, and move speed is more important to casters than HP generally, right? And so there's a lot of issues there. Form your own opinion. It is what it is. I think it's kind of dumb. I've said for a long time, I don't think the skins should have like benefits in game. I think that's kind of mid, but is what it is. Then moving on, the religion system. So the religion system, if you don't know, basically you pick a religion, and you can donate money to it, and it's like a group thing, and as like everybody that's in the religion donates money, it levels your religion up to from level 1 to 20, and you have a buff that's different for each religion. Right now we have luck, physical damage reduction, physical damage bonus, and magic penetration. And as your religion levels up, you get more points to that bonus. So cool idea. They did say they didn't want them to be too, they didn't want them to be too like meta defining or anything like that, and I agree, they shouldn't be. They should definitely be very, balanced, you could say. However, what we have right now isn't very good. We have one of them, which is obviously this is the most popular by a mile, which is luck. And at max rank, you get 65 luck. Then you have physical damage reduction. At max rank, you get 0.7% physical damage reduction. Then you have physical damage bonus, 0.6% physical damage bonus at max rank. And then lastly, you have magic penetration, which is 1.2% magic penetration at last rank. And I'm sure most of you can look at this and be like, well, kind of the luck's kind of a no-brainer because the others are almost completely, irrelevant. I mean, I picked luck because all the others are so little, like 0.6% phys damage bonus or 0.7 PDR or 1.2 magic pen. Basically fake stats, right? They don't really exist. It's like very whatever. The actual benefits you're getting from them are very, very small. So the luck one's kind of just way better. Also, if you consider it in terms of rolling it on a piece of gear, the maximum luck you could roll on a single item, no matter how big it is, was 50. For PDR or, phys damage bonus or magic pen, all of those you get it. Like, phys damage bonus, you can roll up to 2%. PDR, you can roll up to, I think it's 2%, maybe 2.5. I don't know, but it's a lot more is the point I'm making here, right? Like, in terms of, like, the value of the stat, you're just getting way more on the luck one than the other three. And so that is what it is. I'm sure they'll change it in the future, but other than that, now moving on lastly to the big thing, Arena. And I know a lot of people have differing opinions on Arena. I will say to starters, Arena needs a lot of work. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It definitely needs a lot of work. However, for what it is, it's pretty fun, Is it fantastic? Nah, not really. Is it a good time? Yeah, absolutely. Is it what I'm going to be looking forward to play every single weekend? For sure. So getting into the specifics of it, if you don't know how it works, it's only trios. You queue up. You can queue up solo, duo, or trio, whatever, and it autofills you with people. But you can't queue. You have to autofill. You have to have teammates. You can't play solos, 1v1s or 2v2 arena. So you can bring in any gear you want below the unique rarity, so legendaries and below. And how it works is the gear you bring in, if it has your name on it, this means if it is found by you in a dungeon or crafted by you, and I mean specifically that character, because it does not work cross characters. It's found by that character on the account, not the whole account. So if it has your name on it, and you die, or if you guys lose, because it's a first to 3. If you lose in the dungeon, that gear will be you will keep that gear. Any other gear, so if it's handled, you bought it off the market, whatever, if you die with that, then you lose it. That's how it works. And I will say there is a very, very major bug with Arena right now. If you crash while playing Arena, what happens is it would kind of delete your kit, whether it's found gear or not. So, just watch out for that until they fix it. That's always something nice to keep in mind. And that is, that's one thing. Then if you win the arena, you don't gain anything. There's no reward for playing arena right now. It's just purely for fun. You just go in, you PvP, you have a good time, is what it is. So that's where a lot of people have an issue. A lot of people are like, oh, why should I do this? If I don't gain anything, I shouldn't be, I'm not going to waste my time. I just play the dungeon and actually get gear. And I mean, it's a difference of opinions. I mean, I don't for arena, I just go in and play it and it's fun. I have a good time doing it. That's why I play it. It's for fun. I don't need to gain anything out of it. Then, two other, points to bring up. The second one being, this is the earliest iteration of arena we've ever received, or that we've received. So in the future, they're very likely, like I said, are going to add leaderboards and shit like that. So there's going to be a reason to play it. This is just getting arena out so you can play it and see how it is. And then, hopefully they make upgrades and stuff. And then, on the other hand, the last point that I want to make about Arena for this is you can loot in Arena. So if you go in, it is literally, just take a module directly out of the map and you can loot on that module. So, for example, there's the middle boss room on Crypts that has the, the Skelly Champ and the Wraith in it. There is a pile there in Arena. You can hit that pile. And after every round, it refreshes. So, in theory, you could get, 18 pile hits if it goes to the full, 6th round. Or sorry, not 18. 15 pile hits. No. Yes. Yeah. You could get 15 pile hits. Sorry, I'm tired. I just got done streaming. You can get 15 pile hits. That's a lot. And the quality of the loot seems to be much, much higher than a normal run on some of the maps. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But the loot is really, really good. And you can make the argument that that is, a benefit to playing Arena. You could definitely say that. Or that's a positive to playing Arena. But then, other than that, yeah, like I said, there's not really any other reason to play right now other than that you just want to. And like I said, I enjoy it. I will say one very, very major issue I have with Arena that most people have is I don't think there should be mobs in Arena. I really don't. at least they need to remove the elites, that being like Wraith, Skelly Champ, the Yeti, the Berserkers, like on Ice Caves, those other things. At least they should remove those, because the problem with those is on certain maps, like the Ice Caves map with the Yeti, is you could literally spawn, and if you step out of your spawn, you will aggro the Yeti and the Berserker, and you have no other. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just a fact. And if you aggro them, and the other team pushes you, now you're fighting the other team while you're fighting these elites, and it's just a pain in the ass. Then moving on to the next point of mobs, the mobs being on the map disproportionately benefits and hurts some characters. For example, warlocks. Warlocks love having mobs on the map because they can literally just blood bag these like kobolds or goblins around or whatever, or skeletons, and just drag them around behind them, and they're just permanently healing off them. Wizards can chain lightning off of them, that type of thing. But then you look at something like a cleric. Cleric, even if their mobs are dead, they can have the dead bodies block their spells and stuff like that, or just grief you in general. So overall, I just don't think it should be there, because then you have things that benefit some people and they hurt others. It's not very good. You want Arena to be as balanced as possible, in my opinion at least. And then other than that, there is one other bug with Arena right now that's not like game breaking or anything, but supposedly Arena is supposed to make it so you can't run multiple to the same class, which I do think is a very good idea. But right now that's not the case. It's not working, so that will hopefully be fixed in the future. But other than that, not a lot to say about Arena. Like I said, I am enjoying it. I do think it needs a ton of work, but how it is already, I think is good. I think one major suggestion I would make outside of the mobs is add in a base kit. If you've played Dungeonborn, literally exactly what Dungeonborn Arena is, when you load into the arena, give them like 60 seconds or a minute, or or a minute and a half or whatever, 2 minutes, to pick through a couple chests of a bunch of random like blue gear or something. Because the problem with Arena right now for new players or old players coming back is you can't go in and play Arena. Like if I, like, let's say I'm a new player or I'm an old player, I'm like, oh cool, Arena's back, I want to go in and try that out. I hop on the game and I look at Arena and I'm like, oh, the only gear I keep is the gear I found or crafted or whatever. I've played, a couple hours this wipe, so now I can't even really play Arena. So, it's already limited by being only on weekends, so I don't see the logic in making it, even more locked off to people. Because if they want to buy gear and go in, yeah, they can, but if they die, what's the point? Why would you buy gear to go in and risk it when you could at least just go into the dungeon and then, actually other people are risking their stuff there. There's more to gain. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for me for now. So thank you guys for watching. It was a good. I had a good time playing Arena today, and I will definitely have a video coming out on that tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, feel free to leave your thoughts and everything down below and what you think of Arena and everything. If you've played it, if you haven't, go try it out and then let me know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.